Hello, it's Friday, so a good day for Friday evening. No work in the morning, brilliant. So what we're going to talk about tonight? Well, Calpe figures, and the fact I've just based these figures and used some materials. I'm going to talk through what materials, and probably take a closer look at this basing, stuff as it is. So the other thing that we've got is the bridge that I recently purchased. You can see it in the background there. Just thought I'd give an update on that now I've pretty much finished painting it. Not brilliant, my painting that is, but now it's done. Thought I'd give a quick overview of what it looks like. So let's get down to it. Kalpe figures, for anybody that watches Von Kettering's channel, I'll understand how fond he is of his Calpe Prussians. Quite rightly too. They are absolutely gorgeous figures. I think you could probably see here some of the animation in these French. I think there's a bit of a mixture between his march attack and maybe his advancing, or are these just purely march attack? I think they might be just march attack. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. This lot took me quite a while to paint actually. They're quite easy figures to paint. You can apply washes, but it's easy to get caught up in them and probably do more than you need to. Certainly for on a battlefield, a big 36-man unit like this, you don't really see the detail. So a wash would be more than enough on these, and a good base colour. The faces, are they as good as other manufacturers? In some respects, no, but in others, they're really, really nice, well sculpted, easy to paint figures. This guy here, let's see if I can zoom in on him, with his hat raised in the air. Let's see if I can just turn him. What a gorgeous face, from a painting perspective. Some good flat surfaces, very expressive. This grenadier here, similar kind of thing, just a head turn just right, and yeah, looks like a lovely figure to paint it was. And the other thing about, I guess, with the Calpe figures is you put the effort in, and what you find is I surprise myself with the results, because you can get a varied kind of result, and I mean varied as in from good to even better. I'm not particularly putting that much effort into these figures, but they're lovely, really, really lovely. This guy here, being unfortunately for him shot in the face by the look of it, and you can see the guy just trying to steady him. Again, Von Kettering saying on his channel about narrative. Well, there's a bit of narrative, a bit of empathy going on in the ranks there. Trying to hold his mate up, just being damaged. The sapper, probably my least favourite figure out of the lot. I kind of made a mess of his face somehow. I'm not really sure what I did, but it always looks a bit lopsided. Purely me, not the figure. So yeah, these guys have come up really well. Now I've got a large regiment of these, and what I say by large, for me, it's not 2 battalions, it's 3. Another one, and I'd be calling it a brigade. Let's put it that way. So my plan is I've got another unit to base. It's only a 24 manner. I have one other unit that is a 36-man line infantry unit like this one. And probably going to do a video of them all together. A bit of a Calpe review. I do want some more, but I think my spending is not getting out of control, but let's just say it's expressing my desire to vary out into different areas, and in other words, skint and Brian figures, too many of them. Let's just have a look at the back of these guys, side and all that sort of stuff. I took some shortcuts with these. I think by the time I was due to put them on a table, I needed them in a hurry. These command figures, I could have painted them better. You can see they're just basically a base colour with some simple washes on. Normally I would highlight Calpe figures a bit more. I think you probably see a little bit more highlighting on that Grenadier unit or company again. But just going to the back, you can see simple wash on the bag there in blue, and same again for the green. Brought out the detail a little bit, but you know, probably do some more highlights and things. The thing about Calpe figures is they're just Calpe figures. I don't know the gent's name who makes these. I've heard it quite a few times, but my memory's shot. He knows what he's doing. You know, used to work for Elite, I believe, and yeah, his experience and sculpting just comes through. So you know, I think he's just been a really good experienced sculptor, and it makes your life easy. So I highly recommend these Calpe figures, just from my own experience of painting them. So that's that, I guess. Again, GMB flag on the top, lovely. Calpe figures, eagle. Big fan of these things. They're just lovely. You know, they're not too hard to paint. They're not too flamboyant, shall we say. So get a bit of paint on them, look great. So let's just pop these guys back together and move on to the basing, I guess. Literally, the paint's still wet on these bases, these edges that I've done. Let's see if I can get a bit of focus on it. Yeah, look a bit messy, don't they? If you'll remember, on one of my previous videos I did recently, I bought some loo caps. And just as a recap, the stuff that I've mixed up now for this was the loo caps bright green fine 2-in-1 flock, and the other one was the mid green fine 2-in-1 flock. So no science behind it, because I think I've said before, don't really like basing. I'm a lazy baser. So I mixed it all up with some of this stuff. Let's get this out. Now this is foreground. It looks like a summer scatter mix. So I mixed it up with some summer scatter mix and some summer static grass in foreground. After using, what did I use? Base render. That was it. And there's the results. You can see it. It's quite nice. You know, it'll do. Again, nice figures to highlight with a bit of basing, and yeah, it's not too bad. I am jealous of other people's though. I mean, you know, I wish you could base as well as some people. It's an art form, I think. Okay, so the stuff that I've put on this, I bought several packets of different types of these tufts. The company I bought them from was on eBay. I don't know if they're a company somewhere else as well. But who is it? Warpainter.net. Okay, not expensive at all. You buy them in the packet like this. Oh, this is the packet. So this is the, what's this? This is the Flower Set 2. And on eBay you can just choose random different coloured flower sets. I think it was sold about 16,000 of them. Can't remember the price, but honestly, what they're charging, it's not very expensive at all. I mean, how many figures are you going to need to do to get rid of this lot? Again, I bought another packet, and it was this grass sets here. Absolutely gorgeous. You know, just allow you to give a bit of variety to your figure basing. Really quick. They're all self-adhesive type things, so you don't even need that much PVA or any PVA. I have PVA these things on, just to make sure that, you know, they're a bit more robust. I'm probably going to lose some of this scatter in the not too distant future, because yeah, really I should PVA on a bit more, but hey. Speed basing, can you be bothered? How much damage do they actually get? Well, we'll see in 5 years time. Just while I'm on this, I mean, that guy at the end there, that Voltigeur officer, light infantry officer there, with his blade out, his scimitar type sabre, whatever it is, infantry sabre. It's an unusual pose, but an effective one in the unit, you know. Yeah, they're great. really recommend anybody that's looking for something slightly different in their French, go and get them. Like I said, they're two real sets of poses. One is a light, one is a march attack, and the other one is a advancing poses. And you know, they've got loads of different officers, commands, all sorts of things. So if you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend go and have a look at them. Right, this is getting into a long video, so I guess the last thing to look at is this bridge. Now, bought it for wargaming, was never going to spend too much time on the thing. Let's move these, oh, there we go, bit of damage on the flag already. Let's move these things back, out of the way. By the way, anybody think that that's an Apple computer is mistaken. It's just an Apple sticker. Right, so this bridge. Obviously, I only bought it. It was only delivered early on in the week, so yeah, just kept it a sandstony type colour. This is just a bit of buff, Vallejo buff, and mixed with some Vallejo undercoat. The same undercoat that I actually used to paint it with initially on the other video. So this is, I used, the initial colour was Surface Primer, German green brown. Painted that in that first. Mixed some of that with Vallejo buff. Principally, that is the colour for that bridge that you can see there. Kept the stones in the middle pretty much the same. I think you can see in the picture in the background they've got it as a a darker stone, but I think in this period they probably didn't do that. They probably used the same stone as they built the bridge in, so I've kept it the same colour. Bit of shading gone into this thing. What do they use? It was a combination of, what was it? This Levedo Carni Flesh Wash. A bit of that, and some soft tone. And what was the last one? I think it was, think, it wasn't dark tone, it was, yeah, running out of it really, but it was this wash here. Just a straightforward black wash. So that's the combination for that bridge, and you know, looks alright, doesn't it? Well, it does to me. Once it's in use, I'm sure I'll get some photographs. I started making the base for it, which is going to be a 2 foot by 2 foot base. My river sections really, I need to improve them somewhat. I really didn't give much attention to the bottom, didn't fill that because nobody's ever going to see it. And there you go. I think it'll do, won't it? Not too bad. This is a six-man company, and you can see if I put this unit over the bridge, you've got more than enough space. So this is probably so far out of scale. Ooh, don't want to exactly. That it's probably unbelievable. However, having gone from a cardboard bridge, which is the one I was using previously, to this luxury, I'll give my guys this luxury. I put effort in. They can have this bridge to walk over. So as you can see, that's the 36-man unit there, and they match over that bridge quite well, you know. Yeah, actually they look quite nice, don't they? Oh, indulging again. It is like being a kid, I love it. So 14-minute video, uploading this should be fun. Anyway, I hope somebody watches this. If you do, please do like it and subscribe, because I am trying to grow this channel a little bit and get more people involved with, I don't know, just commenting or chatting to me. Quite a friendly channel, I hope. It will be, and I hope it is at the moment. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. So just a quick recap, I guess. What did we talk about? We talked about the basing, the figures themselves, the Kalpe, and the bridge. So I have done what I set out to do. And if you're still with me after 14 minutes, thank you very much for your attention, and I shall speak to you fairly shortly. Have a good weekend. Bye.